Welcome back, guys. We've got Jinxzie, the Vertigo extraordinaire from KZG today. How was that series? I mean, you got a 2 over DXA. I was having, flashbacks of, of relegations when you versed DXA the last time. How do you view this series against DXA this time?
I felt more comfortable personally. I've had more time in the team now, so it feels like pretty good. Vertigo, I feel like we've just been getting better and better at it, and the changes haven't affected me. So, yeah, it feels pretty comfortable. What was the other map we played? I forgot. Nuke. Nuke I've had troubles on, so it was pretty nice that I didn't absolutely bot out. And was able to kind of just play at a par level and then just get carried by a state, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, man, I mean, Estate, did you massage your shoulders after the game? Because I know there was a long break after the game, but, you did a lot of heavy lifting on Nuke. How was it, though, at least? You got 29 kills, 0 assists. How are the boys, in the camp winning that close Nuke match?
I think it was really good for us. I think it's really good for our confidence on Nuke. I don't think we've been particularly amazing at Nuke, but, I mean, now we're showing that we can actually, play it to a comfortable level. He also had a really good hero AK round where he aced, which I think really helped us bring it back into play and things like that. So yeah.
So overall, with the 2-0 over DXA, and also getting one map off Arcade as well, do you guys are looking at playoffs already, or you're just taking it, one game at a time?
The overlying goal is definitely playoffs, but it's definitely take it one game at a time. There's no point in thinking about the next game until we've played our current game. I think we have Vantage lined up eventually, sometime soon. I don't know. The game got delayed, so. But yeah, we just play day to day.
Yeah, I think next set of games are on. Well, I'm not sure if they're going to bring any forward in particular, but I think it's in 2 weeks or so on a Wednesday. I'm not terribly too sure. I can basically sort of schedule, where that is. But overall, how do you think of your Vertigo performance overall? Any improvements or anything like that, or was it just a really complete game?
Yeah, I think I'm set up pretty well by my team. I play pretty supportive on the B site for Ming, so he pretty much just damages them all for me, and then I get to kind of clean it up kind of nicely. Because it's pretty rough being the guy that's constantly contesting for stairs. And then I get to be in a lot of the clutch situations if they ever go ramp, so I get to get a couple kills there. Then on T side, from the times I've played DXA, they seem to really playing aggressive into stairs, so I just kind of played a little bit less aggressive and tried to lean more towards A to help out my team a bit more on that side of the map, and just not run into their crossfires or whatever their game plan over at B stairs was. And then just shooting heads, that also helps.
Yep, as long as the head falls off first, it's gone a very good, dream so far. What have the new changes on Vertigo impacted you or your team's strategy overall when approaching it?
Impacting me and my position, not really. It honestly, it just allows me to help A site faster. So as soon as I come around the corner into CT from hump, I can pretty much just take that really long range fight holding the yellow run across. And unless they smoke it, and then if they smoke it, it's pretty much just old Vertigo where I just get to run around the corner and then take that elevator fight. And then Skybridge just makes it more interesting on clutches for me and able to play around that area. So I would say the changes don't really affect me much, but I can imagine it definitely would affect my 3 teammates that are playing A site. There's just less safe space now. When you're playing in elevator, at least when I've rotated in, it feels super uncomfortable. There's just so many more angles you now have to watch out for.
Yeah, they basically had State in that 1v1 scenario against Ruffleco, where he was just trapped in elevators. It's just Ruffleco easily disposed of him. It's just what are you gonna do? You've got 2 awful angles to check.
Yeah, he's also 10 HP, and Ruffleco was at B at the beginning of the round. So it's if he wants to walk across mid or B, it's uncertain of where he is. It's just to move is just if he moves, he's opening himself to the 12 different angles at once on 10 HP, and if he stays still, it's a 50-50 on whether he peeks him from yellow side or peeks him from side. So
yeah. So Skybridge. So who cut up the name of that one? Okay, which is obviously the CT catwalk.
I don't know, man. I hate the name. I just call it Catwalk if it was me, but everyone else is calling it Skybridge, so I gotta play along.
Dude, every time I think of Skybridge, I think of every single airport I've gone on to. I'm trying to think of which airport. I think it's Singapore, Changi Airport. And they call their train system the Skybridge, and I'm just picturing that.
Yeah, it's like one of those like skyline train things in like Japan or some shit. Yeah.
You know what they're gonna do? They're probably gonna add that on the map now. They could probably add a second one and just have a sky train go across, just to really troll everyone and mess with everyone.
For sure. I mean, they should add one from CT spawn that goes all the way around to Skybridge. That'd be fun.
Oh, so you could get the extra flank by using the vehicle. Okay, they can actually complete Vertigo finally.
Yeah. But once the building's complete, it'll be so much nicer.
Yeah, just as long as people don't come along to ruin it. Anyways, how are you enjoying your time in KZG so far? Obviously, with Arcade, you got to KZG, you've been in a long time now. How are you enjoying it?
Oh, I enjoy it a lot. I like playing with these boys. Everyone's like pretty supportive in terms of like if I'm like struggling or something, they'll like watch a demo with me, they'll watch my POVs back with me and tell me what I'm doing right or wrong. It feels like they put a lot of like time and effort into like helping me out, which is like super nice. Yeah.
Also, as well, since you with Arcade and they played Overpass a lot, okay, how do you deal with the fact that Overpass is no longer the map pool?
I don't know. Feels like a really shitty breakup. I've just been left by myself, you know? So if there's one map I wanted to play, it's Overpass. I, still queue up those MMs by myself, playing Overpass, running those B executes by myself. I still love the map, but it's just a shame it's gone. There's nothing I can do about it.
How do you feel your game has elevated since, the start of your career to now? Like, what's the main thing you would tell anyone in particular who's just trying to get into the game, what to focus on?
Movement. I still think movement is like super important. I think my movement is like pretty bad, and like I think if your movement is really good, it makes your aim really easy. I don't think you need like crazy aim in Counter-Strike. I just think you need like really good crosshair placement and movement, and then like you'll be fine. I think you don't really need to pull off all the flashy flicks and everything, because like you don't really need to put yourself in a situation in Counter-Strike where you're ever like having to flick between two wide angles.
Yep.
So if your like movement and positioning is like really good, then your aim can be like pretty easy. Like I don't think if you like look through my game, I don't think you'll find any kills that were like quite impressive. It was just all like peek into the sky, kill him, or like hold this angle and he just runs into me and I kill him. It's not like I'm flicking between multiple people, spraying multiple people down.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Steve Bruce approach. If you don't know him, he's just like, get the ball in the back of the net and that's all you have to do. No funny business.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, actually, I was going to say, because Lucas almost hit a 1v3 and you stopped them multiple times, actually. How do you feel those 1v1 scenarios when you have like player like Lucas or someone who's like a big star, like he's on a streak, he's taking out two of your teammates? Like, how do you feel in that moment that he could actually convert it? Is it just a regular day at the office, or is it just like, crap, I really got to stop this guy?
I'm not too worried. If it goes back and we review it and I'm in a 1v1 and we lose because I'm in a 1v1, then there's a bigger problem somewhere else. So maybe my only like thing is they'll be like, maybe you peaked a bit too early, or maybe you don't need to take this fight or that. But realistically, like if we're getting into a 1v1 and we need someone to win a 1v1 to win the round, it's probably not a really good put together round and we have bigger problems.
So I think you won 3 of them and 2 of them were stopping Lucas from getting a 1v3. So,
yeah, I mean, it feels great. Like my team hypes me up, like adrenaline a bit running and like more focused and more confident in the game. But yeah, it's like just shooting. I'm just shooting someone, so it's like I don't know.
Also, as well,
it's not like they were like technical.
Also, with the LANs coming back in with ANZC in particular, hosting the Sydney LAN. So yeah, we had TGX as well, in particular. With more local events, do you think it will attract more people to the game in particular?
Oh, of course. I mean, people love to go play LANs. I think at the TGX LAN, there was a team that was just like a bunch of friends that went to play, and they got like, they qualified in. And I mean, I don't think they did anything spectacular at the LAN, but they were just like a bunch of random people playing in a team. I mean, like, and all the other teams there were like a group of puggers, or was like KZG, Arcade, BNK, like actual proper good teams that were there. So I definitely think it's like good to have these LAN events. I mean, I just live in New Zealand, so it kind of sucks for me. So
unfortunate, to be honest.
Yeah.
Has there been any NZ lands lately in particular, or is like, what's sort of seen as NZ, like, from a land perspective?
I think the last NZ LAN would have been before Grat was in one of those top teams. Like the last LAN would have probably been like 2017 or something like that. I wasn't playing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because I remember when Grat like first came onto the scene. I'm trying to think what team he was in. Oh man, I can just remember it. It's gonna be something stupid.
I couldn't tell you.
Where I really should know which team Grat was in. It was like before he. I don't know. All I know is that Grat joined Renegades at one stage, and that's it. But when I see it, I can just be like, oh, that's the one. Overall, like, with any teams and players in particular, do you focus on any team's demos in particular, either in the tier 1 or tier 2 scene? Or do you just watch a mixture of demos when watching something to like learn from?
I mean, like, I particularly like try to watch like every tier like 1 pro games, like the Esports World Cup. I was like watching all those games.
Mm-hmm.
So I just like kind of like while watching, I'd try to like at least watch the minimap or like the players that play my roles, and I'd like try to like focus a bit more on them and see if their like playstyle kind of fits mine. Because I wouldn't say my playstyle is like too aggressive.
Yeah.
So I mean, I watched like a couple JL demos because I think like he's actually like on CT side, he's like a really good anchor and knows when to like take aggressive fights, but he doesn't actually like run it down quite per se. He does it pretty like strategically. I mean, like all of Na'Vi is like pretty set up. So I'd say like Na'Vi is probably the most common demos that I watch.
Okay. So does JL play a lot of your roles in particular, like both on T side and CT side?
I don't think on T side. I mean, I haven't really watched his T side, but like on CT side, he's like nuke A side, and then on Ancient, he's like B side anchor.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like two maps that I've like purely watched him on, that just for like those sites. It's like 3 or 4 demos of his.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just like kind of difficult because you're like also like take away like what he does and versus like what the team is like trying to do, because like there's like some rounds where he's purely doing something based because everyone else in this team is on the same page and doing this as well.
Yeah. Like
so it's like I can't just default do that.
Yeah, it's kind of like you got to find out which ones are more like JL initiated and which ones aren't JL initiated, basically.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep. Anyways, you want to say anything to your fans before we wrap up this interview in particular?
Yeah, shout out to everyone who supports DXA. It's like pretty amazing. They're great people. And then everyone who supports us for KZG as well. And thanks to anyone who supported me when I was on Arcade. Jason was pretty helpful and nice to me and everything, and my old teammates like Magic Harbor, Pearljack, and Hudson. Appreciate those boys.
Mm-hmm. Anyone else? Oh, that's it.
Man, anyone who just watches the scene or like appreciates OC, like it's just nice to like have a scene that's like not complete bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
It's like I feel so bad for some of those like scenes that like they just don't have anything. You know what I mean? It's like pretty nice that we like get some sort of ECL league and whatnot. So
yeah, definitely appreciate like the small things in particular. Just try to build them up as much as you can. Anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, good to have you on, and thanks for being on. And everyone in the crowd, hope you guys have a lovely day, and see you guys later. Peace out.